wrong. Here I was dreaming we got along so perfect.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have my bedroom reveal. It's going to be my first decor video at our new Florida home. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nathaly. I'm passionate about home decor. Every week I take you home decor shopping. Occasionally I bring you inside my house for videos like this. So if you enjoyed this video, I really hope you can consider hanging around. And without any further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. Usually I like to film every single step of the way into decorating a room, and usually I will take a day or two to be able to achieve that and put it on camera, but that's not going to be the case on this project. This project took a while, a few months, for reasons that I'll be talking about throughout the video, so I'll make it more of a reveal video. I do have some footage of me putting in some decorations here and there, so of course I'm going to share that with you, but I really hope this video can serve you as a guide to decorate your own bedroom with things that you may already have and the style that you want to achieve, which in my case I wanted to go for a modern coastal style of decor. I really hope this video is helpful for that. And yeah, now I am going to go ahead and really jump into the video. The first thing that you may notice, it's very different in this room, especially if you watch my home tour, is of course the color of the walls. When we purchased this house, this room was very purple. It was purple in all the walls, and it really did not go very well with the flooring that this house has, which I really do love the flooring, but that color just made everything not nice. It seemed smaller. It seemed like the floors were actually more grayish than what they are, so I knew that purple had to go. So the first thing that we did was hiring somebody to come and change the color of the walls. That included the walls of this room and the walls in the entire house. We went with Snow White by Sherwin-Williams, which is white, and then the accent wall, I did know that I wanted to do an accent wall behind the bed. That one is actually called Silver Mist by Sherwin-Williams as well, and I do recommend you that before you make any decisions as to what colors you're going to use in accent walls or even in the entirety of your home, to bring in samples, put them in the wall, and observe how they look with the sunlight in your house. I had actually chosen a different color for my accent wall, and it took me that sample and some sunlight to realize that it was a no-go for me. It was not what I was going for. So Silver Mist ended up working way better with us. I did hire somebody. We did hire somebody because I have a full-time job. My husband works a lot. We work a lot. I mean, there's just no way I was able to paint this house myself with him. I mean, we probably could have, but it was just not worth the hassle. So we hired somebody. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I know that the DIY vibe is very famous right now on social media, but it's just not my thing. I'm sorry. So we did hire a contractor, and one thing that I can tell you is that you can actually get very nice discounts through a licensed contractor at your local Sherwin-Williams or even Lowe's or Home Depot. So my contractor didn't provide any paint for the quote that he gave me, but what I did was that I agreed with him that he was gonna go buy me the paint with his discount, and I will pay for it over the phone. So my local Sherwin-Williams was able to do that, and I was able to obtain a very good deal on the paint for the entire house. So that's what I would recommend you to do if you are hiring somebody that it's not gonna provide the paint for you. Just ask them, see if they can do that for you, that favor for you. If it's somebody you trust, then even more. In my case, this is the first time I worked with this contractor, but I was really happy with him, and I'm definitely gonna hire him for other projects around the house down the line. But yeah, that's the first thing that we did in this room, was to change the color of the walls. The next thing that I did in this room was, of course, purchasing furniture, and I got all of our furniture, almost all of it, from Wayfair.com. I really like the vibe of this furniture. I knew I wanted something white because it was going to be easier to combine with different styles. I wasn't quite sure when I purchased this furniture what was the style that I wanted to go for, so I figured these will be very versatile. I purchased 2 nightstands and the vanity or TV stand or however you want to call it. But the good thing about these is that they came in assembled, so I didn't have to do anything. They just literally brought them in a box and they were ready to go. All I had to do was put in the handles and wipe them down before we put our belongings in. So that was a really great deal, and now that I think about it, I'm so glad I chose these because they do have a rack at the bottom, and I don't know why, but that really gives me the coastal vibe that I didn't know I wanted to go for back when I was trying to create this project of this bedroom. Another important thing to talk about in this room is the headboard on the bed, and there's actually two very important things that go behind it. Number one, we sold all of our bedroom furniture back in Texas. None of it came with us, that's why I had to start from scratch here, and that included the bed, the mattress, everything. So I knew I wanted to go for something lighter. Our bedroom set back in Texas was the original one we had when we got married. Actually, my husband had it since before we got married, so it was something he was able to choose. Now I wanted something that we were able to choose. 5 years married, and this is the first time we get to do that, but it's okay. So he did give me one condition on this, which, you know, he doesn't really talk a lot about my decor, but when he does, it's like a very strong opinion, and I just have to compromise. So he asked me not to get any upholstery headboards. He hates those, and I was just heartbroken because I really wanted one. I think they're beautiful, they're super elegant, but I couldn't get one. So I had to go with something that wasn't upholstery, that I was gonna really like as well, and that he was gonna really like as well. So this one was actually one I found at a warehouse sale at a Central Florida local furniture store. I wasn't planning to buy anything. I had gone with my mother-in-law to check on other things, and I saw that headboard and I fell in love. I knew I wanted it. So because they were in this circumstance, meaning that business, they had the warehouse overcrowded with merchandise, I was able to ask for a discount and say, hey, I mean, can you give me like the bed frame for free if I get this headboard? And actually we were able to work a very nice deal. I actually purchased my mattress from them and I really liked it, so I purchased the 2 mattresses from our guest bedroom from them as well. But yeah, I was pretty happy about that. Okay, now let's talk about accessories, and many of these accessories you have already seen. I actually feature them on my Target haul video, and again, none of this came out of nowhere. It took me a while to decide on the lamps that I wanted. It also took me a while to decide on the pillows that I wanted, and of course it took me a while to decide on the wall art that I wanted. If I could do something different on all of this decor, it will be that I will definitely use larger wall frames for that wall. I do think those go a little bit smaller, but hey, this is just a new project. I can make it work like this. I'm happy with how it looks, and then later down the line I can switch it for larger frames. So I had mentioned on my Target video that I didn't know if I wanted beach pictures or if I wanted family pictures. I ended up going for wedding pictures. I think that the black and white pictures look very beautiful in any space. It makes it look a little bit more higher end. I went for, of course, the natural wood frame, which will go or match the decor, the coastal decor that we have going on in here. I actually consider increasing the size of the mat on the frames, but I decided not to because I knew that these frames were going to be a little bit smaller for the wall. Therefore, if I had to increase the mat, the pictures were not going to be visible to the eye from where I'm standing. So I decided to leave the mat as is. Those are 11 by 8 pictures. So far, I'm pretty happy. I think in the future I will go for something bigger. So always take into account the proportion of your walls as opposed to the wall art or wall decor that you're going to use. Another thing that I knew I wanted in a very rustic style was the lamps, and these lamps were what I think an investment. They were really expensive, but they were so worth getting. I think they do elevate the look of the room a lot, and if I would tell you spend on something on your room, it'll be the lamps. Yes, do not get one, get two, and get nice size lamps that will be proportionate to the wall that you have behind. In my case, my room has very tall ceilings, so I wanted something that was going to be proportional, and that's also another thing that looks good in the room is the size of the lamps more than necessarily the looks of it, although I do love that they're rustic and beautiful lamps. And then on the pillows, I do have a very unpopular opinion. I hate having to arrange 1,000 pillows on the bed every morning, because if I'm gonna arrange my bed the way I have it, it's to make it look like that every single day. I do have to work. I don't have all the time in the world to make my bed, to put 1,000 blankets to make it look magazine-like. So my method is to go for 2 oversized pillows, then 2 medium-sized pillows in the center, and then of course the lumbar pillow in the front. It really doesn't take much time to arrange this in the morning. I do personally like to make the ninja split, and also I know that some pillows don't really yield for a ninja split. So what you can do, which is what I did with my green pillows, is that you can unzip them at the bottom, pull the pillow out a little bit, and just make the case loose at the top. That will give you a little bit more of space to be able to make that ninja split, which is what I did with my Target pillows. So there you go, a little tip right there. And then as a nice added touch, I knew I wanted to get or go with a bench in front of my bed, but I had this bench that I used to use in the entrance of my house back in Texas, and I figured, why not? It's gonna look good, colors match. Perhaps the black breaks a little bit with the rest of the decor, but I really don't care. I think it looks very nice, and because our bed doesn't have anything in front of it, I think this bench really completes the look. This actually came from Target last year. It is a Studio McGee Clarkson metal bench. It was a nice price, and of course I cannot forget about this basket. I actually already own this basket, but the single purpose of it is just to throw all the pillows in it whenever we go to bed at night, because of course we're not gonna sleep with all of those pillows. Another thing I got for this room was actually the linens, and I didn't get very sophisticated with this. I knew I wanted very fair colored linens, so I actually got mine from Sam's Club. I like their hotel collection. I think it's really nice quality sheets. They're really easy to keep white and clean. I am actually using our favorite comforter, which you can't see because it's actually underneath that blanket, and that other blanket is a king size blanket I got from BJ's Wholesale. So yeah, sometimes in the places where you least expect it, you can find very, very nice things for your bed. And that way my husband is happy because he has his favorite comforter, and then I'm happy because I can cover that comforter that doesn't match the decor with something a little bit more like the decor. Lastly, I did add an extra picture. I had this picture before, and as opposed to the pictures above the bed, which I did hang with nails, I did use this with command strips. And command strips is my preferred method to hang pictures off walls, because you can definitely make mistakes and it's not gonna damage your wall. But for pictures above the bed, it's really preferable to have them more than secured, because you don't wanna be sleeping and having one of those fall on top of you. So I did make the work to put them with nails. It was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. All I needed was a leveler and of course my measuring thingy, my measuring tape. But then this picture, it was pretty easy. I just added my command strips and put it in there to just fill that blank space above all the light switches. Another important key element to decorate a room is, of course, curtains and rugs. Rugs cannot be missed, at least on a lot of videos from professional interior designers. They always tell you you cannot miss on the rug in the room, and it needs to be large and it needs to be underneath all the pieces of furniture when you put it in a room. And I was actually considering a rug, but I decided not to use one because I have dogs and they do sleep in this room with us and they shed a lot of hair. And you know what is complicated? To move a bed to vacuum underneath, especially with a rug. So I'm just gonna skip on the rug. I'm so sorry, but I always tell you this, my house, my rules, same applies to you. But if you don't have the same thing that bothers you, or you don't have dogs that sleep with you, or maybe you don't care, then go for a rug. That is a must for home decor. I actually decided to skip on it. Another thing we decided to skip on was on the curtains on the windows. That's another thing that every designer will tell you, and they'll tell you to put the rod really close to the ceiling and then long and beautiful curtains. And I had my IKEA curtains that I show you on that other haul video, and I bought the curtain rods and I was ready to go place those curtain rods on the wall when my husband was like, you know, I really do not want curtains in this room. And I was like, but why? And he goes, no, I don't like them. I don't want them. So yeah, I mean, I had to compromise on that one. So no curtains, but if you do have your room like mine where you have 2 windows on the main wall of the master bedroom, then you may want to consider curtains. They look beautiful, they look elegant, and of course they're going to add up to the look of your room. And if you don't have blinds, it's also going to serve as a very functional item to keep it nice and dark when the sun comes out. Alright you guys, that is going to be everything for today's video. This has been a project that seems to be pretty simple, but it took me a while to make all the decisions. It's just not something that happens overnight, so I really hope you enjoyed this format of video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below what was your favorite thing that you learned from this video, your favorite item that I shared, if you learned something new, if you like how the room turned out, or if you have any suggestions on things that I can definitely improve around here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, I really hope you can consider hitting that red subscribe button down below, and I really hope I can see you in my next video. Bye.
I'm out of reasons, I'm out of rhyme, but I'll only tell you that I'm out of time. I'm sick of love songs, I'm tired of